Do you ask your angels a question and then get frustrated that you're not receiving an answer? Well, if you relate to that in any way, you're going to want to stick around for today's video, where I'm going to share with you 3 tips to receive clear answers from your angels when you ask them a question. So hi there, my name is Melissa Kitto. Welcome if you're new. I share videos on connecting with your angels or spirit guides, developing your intuition, and finding your unique life purpose. So if you enjoy this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to receive these videos weekly. So today I'm going to share with you some tips on helping you to be able to get clear answers when you ask your angels a question. So many people come to me and they say, Melissa, you know, I'm trying to connect with my angels, but I'm just not getting anything. Or when I ask for a question or ask for a response, I just get met with a stony silence. So here's some tips that are going to help you in this process of opening up this two-way communication that you can have with your angels. Because when you have it, it can be such an amazing pivot point and guide in your life in really, really practical ways to help you make clear decisions, to help you to be on your purpose in life, and just feel like you're on the right track with things, okay? So my first tip for you today is to be very clear in how you're phrasing the question so that you are not asking your angels to make your decision for you. Okay, now this can be confusing at first if you're not used to it, but one thing that's important is to avoid should. Okay, don't ask your angels, should I do this? Should I get married? Should I apply for this job? Because guess what? They don't want to tell you what to do. So when you phrase it in that way, you're basically saying, tell me what to do. And that kind of is just not the way that they want to operate with you. They really respect your free will. So you want to think about your angels as being a board of directors that you can consult when you need a little guidance and a little help. But then you take that information and make a decision from it. So the key here is to phrase your questions in a way where you're not delegating your responsibility to your guidance. You're not saying, tell me what to do or make my decision for me. What you're doing, so you want to phrase the question in this way, is that you're asking their advice and their opinion. And then you make a decision one way or the other. And you don't have to follow their advice. That's the key. You can, but you don't have to. So really think about phrasing your questions in that way. And then you're much more likely to get a response because it's in alignment with the spiritual principles that our angels work with. My second tip is to be very, very clear in how you're phrasing the question. And that sounds similar to what I just said. So what I mean by this is don't have any ambiguity. Be very, very clear and specific. So there's a funny example where you say, hey, angels, is it going to rain today? And you might get yes. And then you go through the whole day saying, well, it didn't rain. But were you really clear about what you were asking? Is it going to rain today? Well, is it going to rain here where I live in Richmond, Virginia? Is it going to rain in New Zealand? Is it going to, so you have to be very, very clear. Now that's a silly example, but think about things that you really want to know about regarding your life decisions, your purpose, your contracts with people. You want to be very, very clear and specific about what you're asking, because if there's any ambiguity, they're actually going to take you very literally. So I've been tripped up by that before, where sometimes I've meant one thing and said another when I'm asking my angels a question, and they will actually answer the question that I said, not what I meant to say, okay? So you could even write it down on a piece of paper first and really think about, am I really being very clear and specific about what I'm asking here? And again, just do that recheck. Am I delegating my responsibility of making decisions, or am I just asking their opinion or their bigger picture of how they see things in this regard? And then my third tip for you today is when you ask the question, just allow yourself a little time to relax and receive. If the response doesn't come right away, just really sit with it for a moment or two and try to stay out of your head. I know that's easier said than done sometimes, because our head will just start going, what was the answer? I'm not getting anything. So you want to just be in this really relaxed and receptive state and notice what comes into your thoughts, what comes into your feelings. Sometimes even your feelings can indicate this feels aligned, this option doesn't feel aligned. And if your thoughts wander to something, sometimes that can be for a reason, that there's something that your angels are bringing to your attention. Now, some of you have worked with me privately and you know the check and recheck technique. And in that case, the same thing applies, is you just really want to just relax your body while you're waiting for that answer to come in. Okay, so I hope those 3 tips give you some guidance, some areas to kind of refine in your communication with your angels, because it is one of the most important relationships that you can develop in this lifetime. If you'd like more tips on connecting with your angels, I highly recommend checking out my free guide, The 3 Steps to Communicate with Your Angels, and you can pick that up at communicatewithangels.com/3 steps. And while you're here, I have a video that also will help you in this area of asking your angels questions. It's called the 5 Best Questions to Ask Your Angels. I've linked it right here. So I highly recommend that you go ahead and watch that one next.